Good day, everyone. This is Edway Stitches. You are welcome to my channel. Today, we'll be taking us on how to make Oga Faaji cap, an African traditional cap called Kufi. Um, the materials I will be needing for this material will be make loan. But before I do that, I want to say a very big kudos to our subscribers. We thank you so much. At least we have that's 7 subscribers so far. So thanks so much. We really appreciate. It means a lot to us. And then to other viewers who has not subscribed to this channel, please do, so that as to serve as a means of encouraging us to do more. We do appreciate everyone. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe and to turn on the notification bell so that each time we upload a video, we will have we will be notified. Thank you. So let's dive to the business now. So for this particular cap, we are going to be making use of maco. This is maco. It's an imported maco. We have two types. We have imported and then we have local. And this one is an imported type. So I will advise you use an imported maco, for it gives you a better result. And another thing I have to say on this is that we have we still have based on thickness, we have two types too. One is thicker than this. I want you to use a soft one. The soft one will give you better results. You can get this maple from shop where they are selling shoemaking materials. Shoemaking materials, you get this type of maple. Okay, that is where you get it. And another thing we'll be making use is of this net. You can also get this one from those people that are selling shoemaking materials. You get them this net here. This is the most times this is the major materials they use in making this type of cap. And you can as well use another materials. You can use velvet material. You can use ishiagu. You can use any other materials like suede materials and the likes. So and I'll be using this material too. This one is not velvet, but you can get this one from those people that sell furniture materials, or you can as well get it from these people that are selling shoemaking materials too. You can get this material there. It's more or less like velvet, but it is not velvet. So it is not drawing. You can see it is not drawing. It's a normal wood material. So we'll be making use of this. I will be using this gum, although it is not necessary, but I will be using it. So if you want to use it, you can use, and then I will tell you when to use, and then where you don't want to use it, I will also say something on that. We are going to make use of this particular one. So I will be making use of this for the cover of my head. I have a template already. So we've been taught on how to make a cover of a cap. So you can quickly watch my video on how to make Kaftan cap. I'm going to drop the link below. So on how to make a Kaftan cap. So we've been taught how to make the cover of the cap. Then we said something on it, on how to make while dealing with how to make Awolowo cap. So we talk on this one too. So I will not be stressing us on how to cut again. So I will just use templates to cut the cover of my head. So having said that, we can now move on to the business of the day. So um, you will start your job from Marco. The my customer size is 22. 22. That's the size of my client. Is 22. So the height of the cap is 3 inches. 3 inches. So I will have 3 inches. It is 3 inches. So it is good to use 3 inches so that it will not be too high on the customer. But if you are dealing with kids, use two. Use two or 2/4. That one will be better. So I have three. So I will mark it out and cut. So don't forget you are going to use your scissors. Then I'll be talking on the rest materials we'll be using, but we are used to those ones already. We are used to those ones. So I will cut out this. So that was the height. So we want us to pay more attention here. So to measure the size of the customer now, size of my client, I said it is 22. 22. I will measure 22, then I will add half to it. I will add half to it. Half quarter, half inches, half inch rather. We add half inch to it. You must add this so that the cap will not be tight on the customer. It will not be tight. You have to add half. So I'll be cutting out this. So the method is more or less like that of Kaftan cap. So I'm going to drop the link below so that you watch how to make a Kaftan cap. It is only little difference that we have there. So I have the circumference and height of my cap. So the next thing is now to put this one and then put it on the fabric now, which is my neck now. So I will place it at the edge here, at the edge. So then I will fold it. So you can see, then you will fold it once again. You fold it once again. So this is what I have. So just immediately at the edge of this, I will mark it out. So just immediately at the edge, I will mark it out. You can see I folded it 3 times. So this is where I'm going to have my line. I will cut it out. So I will have this. So make sure it is very straight. So I have this. I have this. Then I can put a little allowance, cut off little part of it. Then I have allowance. So it depends on you, the kind of the inches of allowance you want. So I can just cut out a little part. That, depending on the kind of allowance you want. So if you like, you can use the allowance. So just make sure you put the sewing allowance there. I don't want the allowance to be too much. So I have this. So the next thing we are going to do now is now to sew this one with the fabric. If you like, you can use gum and gum this thing together. You can use gum to gum it together because at the end of the day, this thing we mustn't see any sewing outside. So you can use gum to gum it together. But today I will not be using gum. I will not be using gum. I want to sew this. The machine will go on it. So you can use a pen to attach it and then sew. So let's go to the sewing machine now and then have the result. If you like, you can use a pin to hold it down. So just make sure you sew. So this is what we have. This is what we have. So the next thing you are going to do is just to join this. The next thing you are going to do now is just to join this thing together. I've told you the method is more or less like that of Kaftan cap. So the process are the same. So make sure this place tallies before you sew. Make sure it tallies. So you can hold it down with a pin. So just make sure that it tallies. You can hold it down or you sew it. Just make sure this place tallies. A double stitch. So this is what I have after sewing. This is what I have. So I will just make sure that I trim off some part of it. Make sure I trim it off. So You knit out all those thread. So the next thing is just to cover to go to cut out the cover of our cap. So the next thing is just to cut out the cover of our cap. So we have this. We are making use of this for our cover. Then I'll be making use of my templates. I'll be making use of my templates. So I have this. You can watch how to cut the cover of a cap. So I'll put the link below. I'll put the link below. So you can as well adopt this method by cutting out different templates so that you will not be stressing yourself every time you want to make a cover like this. So I'll be using two. I'll be cutting two of this. So let me cut this one first. So this is what I have. Then I will cut what I will use as a design on the top. So I will cut that one out still. Depends how thick you want it, but the length now I'll be cutting 2.5. 2.5. I'll cut 2.5. So the wideness you can have two, you can have 2.5 depending on how you want it. So there's no particular measurement for that one. So what I just want to achieve is that I will fold it like this, then I will refold it again. So this is what I want to have. But before you do that, you will do this so that the edge will not be showing. So you will do this, then you fold this, you fold it like this, then you will now fold. Then you will now sew this together. You sew this. So let's quickly go to the machine and then get that one done. This is what I have after sewing. So this is what I have. Make sure you use the perfect thread. So, so the next thing we are going to do is to fix this on the cap. So there are two ways to it, and that was the reason why I said you can use this gum or not. But I will be using this gum. So while using this gum, it means that I'm going to make a hole at the center here. I will create hole at the center here. But if I don't want to do that, so I will have to cut this into two. I will have to cut this into two. I will cut this into two. So if I cut that one into two, then I will sew it. While sewing, I will insert this at the center. No, it is going to be like this. This is how it is going to look like. So you will now put this one. Okay, let me fold it the other way around. Uh, um, you are going to sew from the rough side of the cap. I don't want my cap to have join. So that's the reason why I decided not to go through this method. So you will put this one here. You will put this one here. Then you will sew. You will sew like this. So the moment you sew, when you open it up, so this one will now be outside. Now be outside. But I don't want to adopt this method. I don't want to adopt this method. So that's the reason why I just want to make a hole. I don't want any joining there. So I'll pick the center of this cover. I'll pick the center. So here is the center. So then at the center, I will make a little hole there, vertically. Just little. that will be able to accommodate this. So I will put this. So I will put this. So what am I going to do? I will now use gum. I will use gum to hold it down. So the height of that design is just one. One is okay. One is okay for it. So let it be one. So I will just use gum to hold it down. If you like, this little tongue here, this little tongue, you can just use machine to sew it down. You can use machine to sew this little tongue down. So, but since I'm using gum now, I'm using gum, so I will not bother myself to do that again. Gum is going to do the justice to that one. So I will just cut a little part of it away. Then I will apply gum. I will apply gum on this, both on this and on the fabric. So if you don't want to use gum, so you can make use of the other method I made mention. So I will apply gum here too. Let it dry a bit. So let it dry a bit, then we gum it together. So it is dry. So we can now do what we can we can gum this thing together. You can see. So the head is here. So I'll be gumming like this. Gumming this way. So that it will stand. So I gum this way so that it will stand on its own. So next thing you are going to do is now to put this thing together. And then I put gum intentionally here so that this thing will gum here again. So the gum is going to be effective after some times. And on its own already. So let it gum very well. So the next thing you are going to do is just to sew this thing together. We sew it. You don't need to apply gum, just sew it together. So let's go to the um, machine now and see how we complete the other part of it. So here we have joined it together now. We have joined it together. So the next thing is just to attach this to our card. So I've told you the method for this one is the same thing as that of Kaftan cap, only that we are making use of a maco here. We are making use of maco, and this one is folded. Then we attach this, and then the concluding part is different. So you are going to fold this. So make sure you do it very well. So it is going to be like this. It's going to be inside like this. But before that, before you fold it inside, then you join this. You are going to join this together. So how do we join it? Don't forget, this is the right side now. You can see where this thing is. This is the right side now. This is our right side, and then this is the rough side of the cap. So you are going to join the right side of this cover to the wrong side of the cap. So, but make sure, no, this cap now we have front, we have back. This where the joining is. So that is where we refer to as back. Why this place is the front. This place is the front. So now make sure that fold it this way, so you can easily pick front and back here. But on this one too, you choose one side as the front and then the other side at the back. So we don't have front, we don't have back. So that's the reason why we have an oval shape here. So make sure that you can stylishly notch it or you mark it. You can stylishly notch it or mark it so that it will tally. It will tally. So I have this edge and this edge now. So I'll make sure that this edge peak here and the other edge is here. So I will now use pen. I will use pen to hold the front side here. I will start my sewing from the back because that is where the joining is. So I will hold this place down. Then I will start my sewing here. So you can pick whichever way. So, but I would prefer I have this on the top. So we have this. This is what we have. So the next thing you are going to do, you make sure that you weave it. Make sure you weave it. Weave it round. So after weaving, then we turn it to this side. So we are almost done. You can see we are getting the result already. So we are getting our result already. So the result we have after weaving, then so let's now go for the finishing. So here there are two ways to it. We should note that this idea is my total idea. I've never watched how to make this cap before, but I just think this approach we also do justice to it, so that in case you see another different if you see different methods of making it, so that you will not be saying that it wasn't the way they made this one. So it is my total idea. So just take it, and then I think it also gives the result. So now for the finishing now, we are going to take our, so there are two ways to it. There are two ways to it. So you can use gum. You can use gum. You will put gum here at the edge here. It mustn't reach this. Put gum inside here, round, and then you will put gum here too. Not on the fabric, but on the material. So not on the cover rather, but on the cap. You put gum round, then at the end of the day, you gum it to this side. But I've tried that method before. It is not always the best because you will see some kind of traces of gum there. So and finishing is very important when it comes to tailoring. So your end product matters. So don't just compromise the standards. So now what do we do here? I use needle to tack it down. I will use needle to tack it down. I use needle to tack it down. So how do we do that? So I'll pick my needle. I'm still using this needle, the one I use for fancy button. So I will take my thread. I'll make sure it is as long as possible and put it on fold. I'll make sure it is as long as possible and put it on fold. So you can see it is on fold now. Then I will put it inside the needle. I'll make sure it is as long as possible. But if it is not as long as possible, you can always join it later. You can always join it later. Just the way you do for that fancy button. You see, this is what I have. This is what I have. So what are you going to do? Then you flip this open again. So no, it was like this. It was like this. So you have it. You can see it was like this. So you can see I turn it inward, repeat inward. So you can see what you are seeing. That is in there. So this one is not inside. So I have this outside. I have this plate out, this place outside. So you will now tack it. You start tacking it. So although it is going to take a bit time, but at least the result always justify it. But if you want to boycott this, you can use gum just the way I said this. But I prefer using this. So we start at any point, then we'll be tacking this down just the way any way you want it. Just want to make sure that then you tack it down. So you can start like this, or you can start from here. But I prefer starting here. Look at it. I pick this, then I will tack it. So make sure it reaches that maco, but you may not hold the maco with it, but make sure that it holds the fabrics that is very close to the maco. So I have this. Yes, shoot me. So I will have this. So this is the first one I have. So I will have. I will continue. So I'll be doing this. You can see it is holding it down. So I will do this again. We'll be leaving little spaces there. So make sure it is holding the fabric that is last to the maple. Make sure it touches the maple inside. Then you hold it, and then you continue doing this until you complete it. When you are done with it, look at it. You can see I have this. I'm not yet done anyway, but at least to hold this place down, it will not come down again. To hold it down like that. So you just continue and tacking it until you have the finishing. So you continue like that until you finish it up, so that you have a very good result, just like the one you are seeing in the picture. So um, so if you continue tacking it like that, then without wasting our time, so that is what we are going to have at the end of the day. We are going to have this beautiful picture, this beautiful results we are going to have. So thanks for watching, and then please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, so that that will serve as a cause of encouragement to us to do more, or to do more research, that as to feed you too, so that and again, more importantly, don't forget to put on the notification bell, so that each time we upload like this, you will have you'll be notified. Then on our next tutorial, we are going to be making of the Osun State Governor, um, that the kind of cap he uses. That is what we'll be making. This Davido's uncle, that high cap that is normally used. That is going to be the cap we are going to be making on our next tutorial. Thanks for watching, and God bless.